Assassination and murder are one of the things that are very old in history. The army of shadows or assassins, although they were not the first to start assassinations, but they were the first organized group to kill their enemies with skillful techniques and plans. Even today, we see the release of successful Assassin's Creed games, which with the introduction of its first version in 2007 has quickly become one of the most popular games among gamers. But the question that has arisen for the fans is the origin of these professional killers. In this video, we want to learn more about the history of these professional killers. The Hashashins or the Assassins are a small group that spread in parts of Iran and Syria, which played a very important role in the events of the Middle East for 2 centuries. They started their activity in 1190 and before the start of the First Crusade in 1256. They managed to capture many castles and spread in parts of Iran, Damascus, and Antioch. Their castles start from Alamut Castle in Iran and continue to Masyaf Castle in northern Syria. This group was founded by Hassan Sabak. Due to his religious beliefs, Hassan Sabak enters into a conflict with the central government and establishes a group of assassins. Hassan Sabak's loyal followers were willing to do anything for their leader and soon became known as devotees. These special people of Hassan Sabak were not ordinary people, and to become Hassan Sabak's soldiers, they had to do deadly exercises and exams. And it is interesting to know that one of the first conditions of becoming an assassin was the suppression of sexual desire. Let's get to know Hassan Sabak more. About Hassan Sabak's extraordinary abilities, some books even said that he had great mastery in alchemy and sorcery and had learned all these skills from his trip to Egypt. In addition to the facts, there are many stories and lies about these killers. The reason is very simple: history is written by the winners, not the losers. At that time, the fear of the people of different regions, especially the Christians, caused them to burn all their books in the fire after their destruction, and in this way they wrote a distorted history about them. One of these lies accused Hassan of consuming and distributing hashish and some other drugs among the youth, to make them become members of the assassins by making them addicted. These are just a few of the lies about this group that many historians rejected. Let me also say that assassins, like ninjas, were never respected due to their secretive and cowardly way of fighting, and most Muslims and Christians they looked at them as bloodthirsty mercenaries. The assassins did not adhere to any rules in carrying out their mission, and the most important thing for them was only to carry out their mission, which is very similar to ninjas in this regard. Regarding their weapons, they mostly used daggers to assassinate their victims. Of course, swords, spears, bows and even poisons were among their weapons. But they preferred to use daggers. Their method of assassination was such that they even watched their target for months or years and even hired them as soldiers or servants, so that they can approach the victim at a suitable opportunity and kill him by plunging a dagger into the victim's heart or throat. Interestingly, the assassins preferred to carry out assassinations in public places, so that with this move they would cause public fear and the fear of their enemies would increase. The assassins were masters of face change and camouflage, and with the exercises they had seen, they could easily blend in with people, and their clothes were exactly like normal people. They did not use special masks and hats. During the 170 years of assassination of various Seljuk, Arab, Christian and Mongolian figures, Hassan Sabak and his successors become a great threat to their enemies in the Middle East and the world. One of the victims of this secret group is King Edward I of England, who was attacked in his room during the Crusades and luckily survived. The group of assassins was an important political power in the Middle East until 1227. Their decline began when they were forced to fight their enemies on 2 different fronts, so that they enter into conflict with Egypt and the Mongols. Their main enemy was the Mongols, who did not succeed in assassinating one of the Mongol commanders. and in 1256, by attacking Iran, the Mongols attacked the main base of the assassins in Alamat and destroyed this castle with incendiary catapults. And then the Mongols capture the remaining bases of the assassins one after the other, and in 1270, the last base of the assassins in Iran is destroyed, and the Mongols execute the last leader of the assassins. And the last survivors of the assassins in Syria are defeated by the Egyptian army, and their base in Syria is also lost. One of the theories about the last survivors of the assassins is that they fled to Japan after the defeat, and later played an important role in the formation of ninjas in Japan.